Welcome back, everyone. Foolish Corner Podcast. Thank y'all for making it back. I am Kendrick,
Hey y'all, it's Kia.
and this is the Foolish Corner Podcast, where we give experience, not advice. The best advice comes from experience. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I am blessed of the Lord.
Cold. I can't seem to get my feet to warm up.
It's a good Sunday. It's a good Sunday. Got Cowboys Eagles later. We'll see how that goes. Best of luck to either one of the teams. I really don't care who wins.
Who do you think is gonna win?
I really don't know. I really don't. It's
Because
gonna
the
be a close one.
Cowboys have been better.
Yeah, they're decent. They're decent. You never know these things until the playoffs start, so I'm not gonna get them too much credit. I'm not gonna beat them down too much either. So we shall see.
Because they played different in the playoffs.
I mean, the playoffs is what actually matters.
Oh,
So if they're playing good now, it's cool and all, but which they should make the playoffs. So we'll get to see. But
because they have to play good up into the playoffs because that's how they get into the playoffs, right?
correct. However,
Okay.
some teams can be not playing good, but they're still winning, and then get exposed in the playoffs. So that's happened to them several times. So
Like
I
you're
don't.
just playing the best of the worst, kinda.
What are you talking about?
Like, never mind.
The playoffs
Or
are
like-
the playoffs are where the best teams end up.
No,
That's
but
how
I'm
you get to the
saying
championship.
up until then, because you say they could be winning but not playing good, so they're playing not so good teams. So you just kind
You
of
could be playing good teams and still not playing well. Be playing
Okay.
well. It's a lot of things that could be true in this game of football, and that definitely, you.
I said that wrong.
Nah, you just got a lot to learn, which that's fine. That's fine and dandy. We're not here to talk about that anyway.
No,
So
that's on your
yeah,
go follow unbiased.
yeah, unbiased balling on TikTok.
That's
I'm doing okay over there. It's decent. I get a few hundred views every video, which is cool. It's cool with me, Somebody told me that I need to just do something like that, so that's what I did. Yeah. But anyway, we're basically doing a part 2 of the last conversation we had about absent fathers, daddies, whatever the heck you call, your father.
I think father is for the dads that are present. I feel like that's the correct word for them. Because you can be a dad and not be a father.
Yeah, I mean, you can be just a
Maybe that's just
person
me.
that yeah, like you said, like making babies, basically.
Yeah.
You're a baby maker. Yeah. Father is like a
Yes.
honored name, if you will.
Like you gotta earn that.
Yeah. That's my father.
Mhm.
It does hit a little different, but
You say that more prideful, I feel like, than if you like, oh yeah, that's just my dad.
yeah, definitely. But we just wanted to do a few questions today, both for me and Kia. I'll start first. What were some things that you wanted out of a dad growing up, if you had one for the majority of your childhood? I know you had a stepdad, basically, right, for some time.
For some time, yeah.
What did you want out of that situation, or possibly your real dad if he would have stepped in?
Just somebody else to be there, really. I feel like even when my mom got married, he was there, but it wasn't like a father role. And I get that he didn't probably know how to do that without coming in hard, I guess, because of course when you coming in with somebody that has kids that are kind of older, you can't come in and be like, I'm your new daddy, because then you gonna get some pushback.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, he was cool while he was there, but I feel like we kind of had a connection, but not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and even if my dad had it came into the picture, I think it just would have been, I just wanted that, just somebody there, you know?
Definitely. And I guess for me, one thing that I wanted was just someone who cared, someone who was gonna reach out, when you get used to somebody not being around, the thing about it is anything that they do is important to you and it means a lot to you. So I know I used to chill and shoot basketball outside. Of course, like I said, I had my dad there, the dad that I call my dad, who is my dad, but you still wonder what it would be like to be with your real dad. And I would sometimes shoot basketball outside the house and just think, just, man, like, I wonder what he's like. I wonder if he'll send me a Christmas gift this year. I wonder if, one thing that I used to do, I don't know if you used to do this, but I used to think that some celebrities were my dad. You know what I mean? Like, the weirdest thing, I used to think Jalen Rose, he's a former NBA player. I used to think he was my dad, I don't know. As a kid, I just used to
Fantasize.
fantasize, you know what I mean, if you will. And it's a real sad thing when you really think about it that, you got kids out here who really fantasize about what it would be like to be with somebody that literally made them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible thing to think about,
And I don't, like, that's one thing I wonder for dads that aren't there. Do you step back and think about what my kids' thought process may be?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, do they wonder if their kids want them there, if they wonder what they think or how they feel? Like, do they consider that, or do they block it out to keep themselves from feeling some type of way, if they even feel some type of way? Because I know some of them probably don't. They just don't even think twice about the kids they have out there.
That's what I was going to say. I think the majority of them really don't care. But this is the thing about it. When you've practiced being selfish so long, it becomes a habit, and that's just what you're going to accept is, listen, I'm a selfish person. I don't need to look after them. They got somebody looking after them. They'll be fine. You know what I mean? Once you get to practicing that, it becomes law for some people. And I think that's a good majority of what it is. It's just a practice, if you will.
Yeah.
Obviously a wrong practice of bad habits,
That makes sense.
And I feel like like I said, when you've done it so long, it becomes the normal. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been there for him now. Why would I be there for him? You know what I'm saying? I ain't been there for him in this long. Why would I be there for him now? Or why would I be there for her now?
Yeah.
For what? You know what I'm saying? I'm used to being the deadbeat. I'm used to, you know what I'm saying, just sending them a card here and there. You know what I'm saying?
And worrying about me.
Yeah. I get locked up. I'll send them some letters because that's when I get to really thinking about this kind of stuff, because I ain't out there in the world doing what I do. But when I get out, I go back to being the deadbeat. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, I'm just thinking out loud, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's a practice that, out of sight, out of mind.
So did y'all talk about, like, you knew that your dad wasn't your biological dad, but did Jason come up ever, like, in conversation in the house? Like, you knew that was your dad, but did he ever just come up in conversation at all? Or did you ask about him?
No. we had a real old school type of household. Like, you know, we don't really talk about our feelings and all that kind of stuff. We just really, really, really stayed positive. And we have a very unique situation. My mom was divorced from my biological dad, and my dad, who my mom married, was divorced from my brother's, well, who became my brother's biological mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like ironically on the same deal. She was kind of into some bad stuff. God rest her soul, she's no longer with us. And my biological dad was into some bad stuff. You know, he's still living here on this earth and prospering. I hope so. You know, but yeah, we had a real unique situation in that manner. It's like you put together two kind of damaged people, you know, from people that they dealt with in the past.
Yeah.
And you put them together and they became, you know, yoked as one, and it just worked out for the better. So they didn't really bring up a lot of, you know, the past things and the negative things because it wasn't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna help our situation. They wasn't popping up out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? To come and pick us up, to come and you know what I'm saying, intervene. You know, my dad came and saw me one time, a whopping one time, when I was a kid. I was 12 years old. And my grandparents brought him to my house. So it was like
he didn't even come on his own.
Yeah, like on some, you know, almost like I know he wanted to do it, but now that I look back, you know, 2020 is hindsight. I'm like, dang, like they might have made him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to go see your son. Who knows? You know, I that's something that I'd have to ask him. But and I know he, like I said, I believe that he did it because he wanted to. But yeah. So for you, tell me some of the hardest things that you had to witness your mama do that probably would have been better had you had a male figure around.
Man, a lot. Shoot, there was so many different times where she was working 2 and 3 jobs, you know, or she had one job, but she was there all the time. That's why I say, like, my brother is 5 years older than us, but he had to do a lot because he was 5 years older. So when my mama was at work, he had to help. Or we was at my granny house, or she would come to the house and check on us. Or my grandpa, like, just, and I think like as a kid, I thought about it that way more, as far as she would have less stress on her if she had somebody to help.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I would imagine too, you don't have much of a life when your mom is constantly at work and kids are raising kids, you know, to no fault of hers. But it's just like, you know, a kid can't prosper as a kid like that. You know, we got some family members now that's kind of like that, and it's a whole bunch of, you know, the kids kind of have to raise themselves, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, poor kids, they're not getting to be kids, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we do these things to ourselves.
Bless you.
Thank you. We do these things to ourselves. You know, we create these situations, so we can't be mad at nobody but the man or the woman in the mirror. However, it's the situation that we're in. And, you know, you have to make do with those situations, you know. But, yeah, it really stinks for kids because you're forced to basically get prepped for adulthood really, really early.
Yeah. Like you're an adult child.
Yeah.
You're an adult child. Because even like, of course, when my brother started like getting junior high, he playing sports and having to stay after school for, you know, practice and stuff. So me and Rico would walk home and it was go home, lock the door, you know, don't open the door for nobody. There was no cell phone. So she would call us on the house phone when she knew we should be at home. you better answer the phone. Between the two of y'all, like I said, I'm a twin. So between the two of us, somebody better answer the phone and say, hey, we here. The door's locked. You sit down, do your homework. A lot of times she would have cooked something, so we would have something to eat,
Yeah.
But
And it'd be stuff like that, like nobody to help you with your homework.
mm-hmm.
Nobody to monitor you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can, and of course we had it rough. You couldn't really get into much then, but I mean, heck, now these kids, they got the internet. God knows what they looking at while you gone at work. You know what I'm saying? Like they just in a trance probably. You know what I'm saying? Just watching whatever, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like half butt about to burn your house down. Who knows? You know.
And see, we weren't doing none of that. Wasn't no cable. So, I mean, it ain't like you had, you got the few channels that work. So you might sit down and watch a little TV if something is on, but you not getting into nothing. You locked in the house. You do your homework. You get ready for school the next day. And look, when she get home, she get home.
One thing that bothers me too is a man, and I can only speak for men because I hear it more because I'm around men. One thing that I can't stand is to hear a guy complain about the child support aspect when you yourself don't take the responsibility of getting your kid in the time that you're supposed to have them. And they talk about what the woman is doing with the money, this, and this. As far as I'm concerned, it's not your concern. You understand?
None of your business.
It's none of your business because you don't have to raise them 24/7. You understand? And take it from a guy who's, and I'm pretty sure any other married man would back me on this. Brother, you don't do what I do. Come close. You don't do what I do. You can't do what I do. You understand what I mean? Like, I'm there 24/7, 365. Drop off, pick up, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I got to spend the money. They ain't cheaper just because you here.
Nope.
You just get to spend the money and go about your day.
That part. Like, why do you feel like the fathers that are in the home aren't spending that? You are just having to send a check. The daddies that are in the house, they are spending that plus some. Whatever your child support is, they spending that plus some. So you complaining to a dad that's in the house, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Because you doing the same thing. You just not sending a check. And then half the ones that's on child support don't even pay child support. My mama didn't get child support.
Yeah. Mine's neither one of my parents got child support from my brother's mom or my dad.
My mama showed me a check. Whenever we was kids, we did not
we don't exist though. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Everybody get child support.
Yeah.
We don't exist.
When my mama, we didn't discuss, she never bad talked my dad. His name didn't come up. Whenever I had Kieran, she so happened to get a child support check. Why? I don't know, because we was already 19, 20. I kid you not. It was for $1.25. A child support check for $1.20. Mind you, there's two of us. That was a child support check for twins. $1.25. She said, "Can you even get Kieran? We did the distilled water. Can you even get him a gallon of distilled water to make his bottles with this $1.25?"
That's crazy.
You can't even get a dollar menu burger from McDonald's.
Well, and you know another thing, and listen, trust me, I'm cheaper than cheap. But this is the thing about it. If it was just so easy as paying some money, guys, to raise kids, come on, man. How many of us out here would have 10 kids?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, that's one aspect of it. It's an important one, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the fact that they think that that's all it is. Your mom and my mom could have got all the child support in the world. Y'all still ain't there.
Yes, they still don't have the help that they need. Like, yes, if you have your baby's mom or whatever, she has her village. She still doesn't have somebody in the house 24/7. She doesn't. Like, a lot of times when my mama did get those weekends off because we was at my auntie house or my granny house or whatever, she was still working, so she still didn't get her time. She didn't get time to herself.
Yeah. That's another aspect.
Like, these moms are having to be moms non-stop.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get a break.
And the few fathers out there doing it.
And yes, and them too. Like,
some sorry mamas out there as well.
Cause you need.
I'm talking about sorry.
You need some type of time where you don't have kids stuck to you.
Yes, but it got to be done right now.
Yeah,
we ain't promoting because some of y'all out here living foul.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you out here sneaking to go see your boyfriend, leaving your 5, 6, 7-year-old and babies and stuff at the house to fend for themselves. We ain't talking about that.
No, at all.
No, you need to be reported.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, again,
look, reported and deported.
Like we said last show, these kids didn't ask to be here. Because you have been left alone to take care of these kids, that's not their fault.
We didn't tell you to open your legs and we didn't tell you to shoot your gun.
Yeah.
You seen that dude that commented the other day talking about some black women, it's their fault. They always constantly trying to get child support and blah blah blah. I forgot. It was so ignorant that I literally forgot the entirety of the situation. But I told him, I said, that's a broad statement and I completely disagree. And I told him, at the end of the day, us men, we try to be so macho and this and this and my way or the highway. Brother, it's your prerogative as to where you point your gun, brother. At the end of the day. So don't come to me, man, stop that. Ain't nobody trapped you. You put yourself in a position to get trapped. What about that?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't do all of that. And I claim to be, a kind of an alpha male dude. But at the end of the day, I try to have humility and I try to look in the mirror before I look anywhere else. I try to, you know what I'm saying? And some of y'all just be out of line.
Because you could have done that. We was 19 when we got pregnant.
Yeah.
So you could have easily, I didn't get pregnant by myself, but at the end of the day, I'm the one carrying this child.
Exactly.
I feel like it's easier for y'all to run away because y'all aren't carrying the child. When that baby come out, y'all don't have to be there. As a woman, I'm there.
Yes.
But you laid down with me and made them babies.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it my fault that I'm pregnant?
They be mad at you because you ain't a baby killer, That's what they be mad about. Nothing against, you do what you do. I mean, we ain't for or against none of that.
Yeah.
But we all know some dudes out here.
But half of them, they want you to.
What was it? That boxer Adrian Broner, he was like bragging about, they was asking like, how many kids you got? And he was like, well, counting my abortions, like 30. And I'm like, bro, who says that? Like, come on, bro. Like, that's really not funny.
At all. Like, and then half of the ones that want they girls or whatever to go get an abortion, you ain't even doing nothing to support that.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, we just for the record, we ain't for, we ain't against, but we cannot deny the elephant in the room. Some of y'all cats really, if it was up to y'all would just y'all would do what y'all doing and whoever y'all please and tell them to go straight to that clinic. Yep. Let's be honest. Like, and it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
Very sad.
But
a woman has her choice. Absolutely. But these dudes that just think that's the solution.
And then they be mad at you if you, I can't do that.
I told you I didn't want to have no kids. Well, you should have did what you needed to do to make sure we didn't end up with no kid.
Yeah. Hey, man, to all my guys that love protection, man, salute to you. That's protecting yourself. To all my women out there trying to protect yourself, but at the end of the day, you still playing with fire.
Yes.
And
if you end up burned, you can't be mad at nobody else.
Yeah.
Because you played with that fire.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting one. That could be one in itself, That could be a whole topic in itself. But yeah, man, this This is so deep. It's so deep because, like I said, we lust, we we lay down, we have these kids, and our lives change literally forever.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For those of us who choose to stick it out. For those of us who don't, you know, it's sad because you're gonna miss out on your kid's life, and not only that, you know, you're gonna be labeled, and I'm gonna be one of the ones that's gonna label you.
Yeah.
You know, you a deadbeat dad or you a deadbeat mom. Period.
And that's the
You know
thing, like the kids miss out, but to being parents, we know they miss out.
Yep.
Like, how do you not want to see this human grow and change and just see how they become whoever they're gonna become? Like, how do you not want to be a part of that?
Some of them dudes, they be breeding dogs and stuff. They be caring about their dogs more than their own kid.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I got this one on this and that. You be thinking they talking about their own child. Like, dang, you know what I mean? Yeah, but you're right. Like, it's real like that.
Yes. Or like, the ones that take care of
this is a human being, bro.
Yeah, but the ones that take care of their step kids but don't take care of their kids.
Oh, that part.
You raising somebody else's children, but you not raising your own children. That will never make sense.
Whole mess and a half.
You can be a deadbeat to the one you helped bring into this world. But you are the father of the year to your stepkids.
And for the record too, somebody said this the other day. I think it was Rashad off of EYL. He was like, I don't like that stepkid word. And I completely agree with that. I don't really like that. Yeah. But I know you're trying to distinguish, the difference between your real kids and stuff. But I hate that term. You know, my dad never really let that term go through our house. You know, and I appreciate him so much for that.
And your mom either. Like she says, I have, like these are my boys. Yeah. These are my kids.
And my brothers, they used to refer to my mom growing up as stepmom or having a stepmom. Now they don't do that, which I'm glad, but it's just so ugly.
Yeah, especially when you have been there since, like your dad, he's been there since you was a baby. Forever. That's not no step. Forever. Like that's your dad. That is not your. You are his child.
Absolutely.
But
before we go, because I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. I just want to hear some words of encouragement from you, referring to kids who have absent fathers.
It's not your fault. Because especially as a kid, you think, okay, what did I do to make them not want to be here? There's nothing you did because you couldn't have done nothing. You were a baby, or you know, it's not you.
Absolutely.
That's them and they selfishness and whatever issues they got and demons they got or whatever the case may be. That's something they have to deal with. Like, yes, you have stuff that you are going to have to battle because they're not there, but that's not your fault. There's nothing you can do to make somebody be there. That's on them. So you just live the best life you can without them, and that's it.
Got you. Beautifully said. All I'll say is this. If you've ever felt anything good in life, then hold on to that. And use that to fuel you instead of, you know, the absence of your father or mother or whatever it may be. That's all I can really say, because that's what's going to really get you through, is focusing on the positive, always knowing that, you know, if you're a believer of God, God loves you and that he's here for you. And guess what? Even us folks who have our fathers and stuff, that's our rock. That's our shoulder to lean on when we're down and we're out. So that's my words of encouragement to you guys. Stay positive. Always think about positivity and never, ever, ever think like the wife just said, that is your fault. It was a guy that posted a meme not that long ago. He's my sorry, we got shut off there. But yeah, he's my friend, and the meme, like, I'm paraphrasing, but it basically like said, I'm I'm a good dad to my son, you know, and I love him and I'm here for him and I care for him. And it just basically said, why didn't my dad love me? You know? So man,
yeah,
that hit home. It hit home for me big
yeah,
time. And yeah, man, it's yes, being a dad is incredible. But I feel bad for the people who didn't get to experience what I'm getting to experience
yeah,
right now in life.
yeah, and it's some, and some dads or absent dads, whatever, deadbeats. I do feel like some of them honestly feel like their kids are better off without them because of whatever issues they have.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can see that side as well. So I mean, and to them, they are loving their kids enough not to be in their life.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to put that on them.
Yep.
So you do have that side. You do have some dads that are so, you know, your drug addicts, your alcoholics, or the people that are just so damaged they feel like they would ruin their kids if they were present.
Mm-hmm.
So I know in their eyes that is a form of loving them.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they are protecting their kids from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I get those. We ain't talking about y'all. I mean, we are, because you have to be unselfish enough to do what you need to do to get better and heal yourself so that you can be in your kid's life.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's situation is different.
Look, this is, and I'm going to leave this note as well. This is a word of encouragement to struggling fathers that want to be there. They just don't know how to. And, I got a cousin right now. He lives in Maine. And I know he loves the S out of his baby, but he has to work up there. You know, that's just a situation right now. And God will bring them together in the future. But, guys, call.
Yeah.
Call. We ain't got these cell phones for no reason. Call, text, email. I don't care what you got to do. FaceTime, TikTok, IG message. Whatever you have to do, stay in contact with your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's the same as being there physically, but I would have rather had that than nothing.
Effort says a lot.
Effort goes a long way.
Yeah.
A long, long way. Man, my dad, man, he work in Alaska, but I tell you what, he is gonna FaceTime me every Monday morning to tell me I love you, have a great day, and you are my world. I get up every day to do this for you.
Yep.
Come on, man. Y'all making excuses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no reason and no excuse to not reach out in 2023 going into 2024.
Yep.
It ain't no excuse. And it ain't never too late. You know what I'm saying? Me and my dad have a relationship now.
Yeah.
I don't, resent this man. It ain't none of that. It's all love.
Yep.
It's all love.
You just
ain't
have
nothing
to
we can
do
about
it.
the past.
You just have to do it.
Yeah. Like, and even when he called me, I could hear in his voice, it's kind of like, on some, son, like on some like guilt trip type deal. And I'm like, bro, like, I ain't like that, man. First of all. Second of all, man, what's done is done. Third of all, I got my own kids to worry about and all that kind of stuff. Your grandkids now. Ain't no love lost, man. We good. You know what I'm saying? Everything Gucci, so.
And you
had
never too late. Your dad. That's the thing. Like, he has to remember that. Like, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
But you.
And he knows. He
definitely
knows.
Blessed to still have a dad.
Mm-hmm.
So that changes things. Like, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not out here acting like I was one of these kids out here who still, Like I had a dad, but I needed more. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I needed that wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Mhm.
man, I had more than enough. I had clothes on my back. I ate. I ain't had the best of stuff, but who did?
Yeah.
Coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like
You
I'm
not
good.
you not bitter or
Nah,
hateful
man.
or and
Nah.
a lot of people hold on to that they let that fuel something ugly in them, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go, because that's not gonna benefit you in any kind of way.
Oh yeah.
Any kind of way.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this conversation can go on.
Yeah, it could go on and on forever and ever.
Man.
You know, you got people out here got the grandparents, got the kids, mom and daddy ain't in the kid's life. It's a whole bunch of that to go on in the black community.
Yes.
Too much of it.
Way too much.
You
Because there is
understand?
no reason that grandparents should be raising grandkids.
Nah.
There is no excuse for it.
Nah.
At all whatsoever. Yes, my grandpa helped my mama.
Mm-hmm.
They did not, we weren't in their home.
Mm-hmm.
They did not raise us completely.
So the grandparents put y'all foot down.
Cause look,
let they bust no, I ain't raising no more kids.
Nope. They did their part. They raised y'all.
It's like a prison sentence. I did my time. I served.
Facts.
I did my or like going to the army. I served my country.
Yes, like I'm not supposed to be.
I passed the torch.
I raised my kids. I'm not supposed to be raising grandkids. I did my job.
Yeah.
Like, and the ones that sit back and let they grandparents do that, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because why do they not deserve a break? Why do you feel like they not tired?
I think I'm gonna say a cuss word. Y'all need your ass beat.
Beat. Beat. Like Rodney King beat. Because that is ridiculous.
Nah, yeah, y'all own one. Y'all own one.
No, that is not okay.
Then be mad when they kick the bucket and this and this. It's like, hell, you helped put them there.
Yes.
Stressing they butts out, having them raising kids. Just don't do that.
Especially now, because these kids is different. These kids are different.
If y'all don't know, man, this is a harsh channel. I'm going to tell you how it is. Straight up and down on the real.
Ain't no sugar coating.
You know what I'm saying? I am not, no. No. Folks be having high blood pressure and stuff. You got them raising 2-3-year-olds and stuff, screaming and hollering and kick. Man, no, y'all need a swift kicking in the rear end. But
can't barely get around. They having to pack around a daggone car seat. What? And you sit back watching them do it.
Y'all wild, man.
Ooh wee.
Y'all hella wild. But hey, man. To each his own, whatever your situation is, man, I hope it get better and all that good stuff. But some of y'all really need to, you know what I'm saying, take control and know that, listen, man, this good old time, it keep going. It keep, you know what I'm saying? And last thing I want is some children that become adults that can't stand me because I wasn't worth the dang.
Do better.
You know what I'm saying? Because their kids might could do that to you anyway, even if you was there. But I know for one, I'm going to look at my kids sideways like a mug. Like, hey, brother, I did my job.
Yes.
Guess what? When you had your little children, you get to do better than me. You go do better than me. You understand? Yep. And I want you to. That's the thing, too. I want you to go do better than me. You understand? And they'll always come back like,
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Dad? I apologize. This ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Because listen, when you in that situation, you see it from a whole different light.
Oh, yeah, man.
Whole different light.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no, it's not.
Ain't no professional parents out there, guys.
No.
Ain't no professional married. They don't give us our certificate for being professional married people. They give you your certificate to say that you are married. You know, it's like a doctor. You give them, you know, their PhD. Do that mean they're going to be a good doctor? Probably, you know, it's 50-50.
There's no handbook.
Failed surgeries. They going to have
there's no
surgery, you know
handbook on being a parent. Like, you got to figure that out. Like, yes, there's books and whatever, but ain't nobody else raised your kids. So you have to figure out the best way to parent your kids. Just like we said before, like nobody can tell us how to be married because nobody else has been married to us. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me how to be married to this man because you ain't done it.
Yep.
And vice versa. You can't tell me the best way to parent my kids because my kids are different from your kids. Mm-hmm. So you do the best you can.
Yep.
That's it. That's all you can do is do the best you can. As long as your kids are fed, they got a roof over their head, they got clothes on their back, they got food on the table, like they have what they need. And you can be there for them mentally, emotionally, physically. They have what they need. That's not that. I mean, it ain't easy. Parenting's not easy, but it's not that hard. It's not asking too much. Like these kids didn't ask to be here.
Hey, listen. This is anything in life. By just showing up, by just being there, you've already gotten a max of 70% of the work out of the way.
Yep.
I was talking to my homie about going and getting a house. I told him, bro, one of the hardest things was one of the easiest things. And I was walking through that door and telling them folks, I just want to look into getting a home. And guess what? There were some difficult things that happened after that, but that was the most difficult. Mm-hmm. Yet it was the most easy because I could have done it years and years and years and years before that, but I was intimidated. Yep. I was scared. Mm-hmm. You understand? So, hey man, just by being there, you done got a good majority of the stuff out the way. All the rest of the little stuff is just trinkling. You just sprinkling stuff in. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
It flows from there.
Yeah. The money, all of that, that's the stuff that gets sprinkled in. That's why I hate when people complain about child support. I get it. Yeah, you pay a lot of child support, but if you pay a lot of child support, more than likely, you make a lot of money. So I don't want to hear all that. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Just stop. It ain't going to get you nowhere. Yep. They not going to say, oh, you know what? Since you complain so much, I ain't going to make you pay child support, bro. It don't work like that. You might as well just adjust your life to what it's going to be. It ain't going to go nowhere. You know
and that's the least you can do. Like that woman needs at least that to be able to take care of your kids. Why does she have to feed them, clothe them, support, get them to and from? Like she got to do all of that on all the day-to-day stuff by herself, and she's supposed to be able to financially support them by herself too. Why? She didn't have that baby by herself. Why is everything or that man? They didn't have them babies by themselves.
I'll tell you straight up, if it was me, I'd be like, look, they gonna take the money out of my check anyway, whatever. Have my baby here at X, Y, and Z at this time, and I'm gonna come pick them up if I get every weekend, every other weekend, whatever. Mm-hmm. We straight, cool. I ain't gotta have no relationship with you
at all.
I ain't gotta have we gotta have each other number, all that stuff, so we know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But listen, excuse me.
There has to be no communication outside of the kids. Talking about the kids. It don't have to be.
I get it. Some females it's difficult, some men it's difficult, but y'all ain't gotta make it difficult. Y'all can make it real easy. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Real easy.
I knew a lady, her and her ex, they did not separate on good terms. It wasn't what it was. They would meet up at the police station. Mm. They couldn't be civilized when they would go try to do it other places, so they would meet at the police station for pickups and drop-offs. Yeah. There's no excuse.
And that's like really extreme, but yeah.
But look, we gonna do what we gotta do. Yeah. Because that daddy could have easily been like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just not. He could have wrote it off. But no, he was like, you know what? Okay. To make stuff as peaceful as possible, we'll meet at the police station. Yep. We'll swap out there and we'll go on about our business. Mm-hmm. And that's what they did. Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
You figure it out and you make it work.
It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Thank you.
They say.
Thank you. Like I said, that time my dad did pick us up. He picked us up from our granny house. He dropped us off. When he left, my mama came and picked us up from our granny house. Like, there's no excuse.
Hey, man, we got to make a change. 2024 is approaching quickly. It's not too late. It's not too late, guys. Always remember too. This is just some experience. Everything we talked about today, we've experienced.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We've experienced multiple times over. You do what the HELL you want to do. You understand?
Mm.
If you want to be a deadbeat, go ahead and be my guest. You just joining a big pool of them. If you want to step up, be a man, do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you want to make a change and not be that, do that. It's all on you.
And
You
if you
understand?
have a daughter or a son, you getting it from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You getting it from both sides. So you can't say you didn't know.
Yeah.
He giving you his perspective on it. I'm giving you mine. We've been through this.
Yeah.
We are going through this. So you can't say you didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Consider yourself informed. But at the end of the day, like we said, you do what the hell you want to do. That's on you.
Do what you will.
It's all on you. But that was a good one. That was a really, really, really good one. I'm gonna get this one up tonight. We've been doing really well, really, really well here the past week. We want to thank y'all so much. The likes, the comments, all of the views. I feel like YouTube's starting to pick up the algorithm. We just thank y'all so much.
Yes.
If you haven't already, like and subscribe.
Share.
Please turn on your bell notifications.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we on IG, we on TikTok, of course, YouTube. We are spreading our wings. We got some samples of our merchandise coming quicker than you think. We are definitely pushing forward and being consistent, most important.
Yeah. Yes. That's the key.
Consistent. And guys, we are just like Kia keeps expressing. We are like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? We get on each other's nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's tough to come in here and do this, but I don't want to speak for both of us, but I don't know if you would agree. It's a form of therapy for us.
Oh yeah.
It helps us. It forces us to talk to each other and to interact with each other through positivity, and
learn stuff even more about each other.
Yeah, about each other. Absolutely. And get to share it with you guys. So it's been a wonderful journey. We plan to continue to grow and continue to prosper. We just want to help people,
Yes.
That's our main goal.
That's it.
That's our purpose. We want to take this past, a monetary value thing, a legacy thing, all that. We just want to help people. We want to be a service to others. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Any last words, man?
Look, just be the best you can be. Mm-hmm. Regardless of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just, you got to keep pushing. And thank y'all. Thank y'all
so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in to, we've said thank you like 1,000 times. You can't say thank you enough.
Can't say it enough.
Fullest Corner Podcast, where we give experience, not advice. The best advice comes from experience. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Christmas is approaching. Y'all go get them little funky kids some gifts and all that. And after Christmas, y'all know what it is. F them kids. Hey, y'all have a good one, man. Take it easy.
Bye.
Peace.